I want to just go over some of these proposals that just in the last 24 hours. And I got to start with this SAB 121. I never really knew about it, but it seems really like it was a critical part of really slowing down the advancement.
Yeah, it's great to be here, Charles. Happy New Year. It's been an amazing first few days of the Trump presidency for Bitcoin, for digital assets broadly. SAP 121 is a massive deal. I think a lot of people are kind of in the camp of not really knowing what it was even. It sounds complicated, just the name, but essentially, if you were to design a rule or regulation to basically inhibit or cripple the asset class from the traditional, financial world, this is what it would be, right? Essentially, anytime a bank would have to custody Bitcoin on behalf of their clients, not for themselves, they'd have to hold, if you wanted to hold $100 with the bank, they would have to hold $100 of cash to insure against that, right? So it's you don't see this with stocks or any other asset class. So it was really designed to not let the banks and the traditional, financial institutions enter the space.
Right.
So I think we're kind of in a similar spot to where, the ETFs rolled out and people said, is this priced in? Is this not priced in? For me, it's quite clear, right? You can't price in billions, tens of billions of flows into the asset that haven't materialized yet.
Also, I like this. He banned the creation of a U.S. central bank digital currency. That thing had red flags all over it from day one.
Yeah, it's great rhetoric. I think that a CBDC is really just an encroachment of freedom, whether it's the U.S. or any other country. So it's great to see them come out against it. And in our camp, we love Bitcoin because it is freedom technology, and CBDC is really the antithesis of that. It's Orwellian, and we're glad to see the administration come against it.
Dylan, this also the creation of this working group. They're going to have officials from the Treasury Department, Attorney General, Commerce Secretary, Homeland Security, BM, Office of Management and Budget, just on and on and on. I think it shows that this administration is really taking this stuff seriously.
Yeah, indeed. I think that, there's a 6-month period here to evaluate whether, a strategic Bitcoin reserve or I guess broadly digital assets is something the U.S. wants to do. And that would follow in the footsteps of Bhutan, El Salvador. And there are rumors of multiple Middle Eastern countries in the last, say, quarter establishing a quite meaningful stockpile of Bitcoin. So, I think if the U.S. wants to remain dominant and, its world reserve currency status with open capital markets, embracing Bitcoin as an asset class and on the regulatory level is something that absolutely they should do. And that's what the administration is doing.
Hey, before I let you go, and it's been a long time, I'm glad to see you. The establishment clearly underestimated crypto as a political movement. What's next on that area?
Yeah, this is just the beginning. Bitcoin at a $2 trillion asset is quite significant, but I think most people are still asleep at the wheel. I think this very quickly in the coming year or two or four becomes a $5 trillion asset, if not more. So the geostrategic implications of this are quite massive. And I think if we look back at 20 years, one of the shining legacies of the Trump administration will be their embrace of Bitcoin and digital capital.